Alright, so for the start of this recording, what we're going to not do is say any swears. No swearing, please. Okay. So this is...
Okay.
I really had an urge
Catchup.
to just swear as a joke,
Shut
but I
the pineapple up.
I didn't.
Thank you.
Yes. Okay, no, we are going to be nice.
I'm not
and
taking
respectful.
anything from Gumball and literally Gumball and Red Runner, the literal tomato. Not taking any of that. Today, it's a crossover catch-up. We are doing this a week later, but none of you noticed because the other one came out a fortnight later than intended because YouTube did not want to let me monetize it.
There's a bomb, I'm gonna explode.
Yeah, you did make the views bomb, that's true. So...
Yes, it was my... apparently,
it's...
last time was my fault.
Yes.
Who could have seen that coming?
Yeah, good job, stupid. Maybe you should... Not gonna finish that sentence this time. Ha-ha!
Maybe you should shit yourself.
Ha. Oh, well, now the video's demonetized.
Well, no, I can swear now. It's been a solid
No, we're
minute.
past 7 seconds. We're
It's
good.
been a solid minute. I can say a swear. All right. It's like a video game. You know, you have like it builds up and then you can swear and then you have to wait.
It's
for it
on
to charge back
cooldown.
up. Yeah, it's on cooldown.
just like building up meter over time. You go, and then you just stop, look at the camera, and say "fuck," and then the meter resets.
What an epic level 3. I like when I sent Gumball my little Will Smith thing. At least I'm pretty sure it was Gumball. He said we should ban it from the Game Awards. That was not a slap. I said no, it was a slap. He does slap metal, very definitively. And then he comes back with but then he drops a level 3. Will Smith didn't do that.
He didn't.
I mean, yeah, that's true. He sure didn't.
I was just stating a factual statement.
Yes, you were stating a statement. That is how
Anyway.
statements work, mate.
Correct. Speaking of statements, so Death Battle did a little thing. It's called the best episode they've ever made.
Yeah, it's
Funny
like
when that happens.
7 out of 10 or something.
Yeah, no, I know. I really did enjoy Goomba versus Koopa. I honestly am surprised no one really talks about it that much these days. It still really holds up for the time. It's like honestly just like a masterpiece.
I love when
it
the
even got a sequel.
My
It
favorite
was that
part of
good.
Goomba vs. Cooper is when the Thwomps came down. Like, I love Thwomps.
Yeah.
Thwomp cameo
I
was
really
cooking.
hope Thwomps get. I really hope we get a Thwomp comeback because those things are so underrated.
Can we get Thwomp versus Squash
Honestly.
from Plants vs.
They
Zombies?
won Alpha Rad's power scaling tournament apparently.
Yeah. So
Oh my
like, it's
God.
accurate.
Awesome.
Yeah. It's the womp.
I'm just saying again. Can we get Thwomp?
Okay, that one broke you. That one broke.
Can we get Thwomp versus Squash from Plants vs. Zombies on Death Battle? Can we get it, please?
Yeah.
Come on, guys. Let's push for this. We gotta get it there.
Yeah.
All right, hold on. Let me do something real quick. Fuck. And now the meter has reset again.
Okay, did not too many F1s.
Oh, I
because,
forgot to drop my...
YouTube does start caring after
I
a while.
forgot to drop the Moyai into my onto Twitter. Let me go do that quickly.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
But yeah,
That
YouTube
was-
does start caring if you do enough of them. So
Yeah.
okay.
you
So
better-
anyway,
I'm
now
gonna sing that
we-
one song in that South Park movie where they try to like get like a bunch of them in right before it ends.
Yeah. No, I remember they said it like 399 times.
Yeah,
Because
which
if you say it 400 times, it becomes an adult-only movie.
but it's only 399.
Which is one less than my
Anyway, now the
my daily output.
anyway, so
Yeah.
now that all the jokes are out of the way, we can finally talk about the episode that everyone is so hyped up about.
Joker versus
Dr.
Jono.
Eggman versus Dr. Eggman versus Griffith. This was one.
They even had the eclipse.
They even had the
eclipse
eclipse.
was there, guys.
Gumball, you should have seen Hyper's like response when I told him that. He just went ah. He just screamed.
No,
at
I'm
me.
the one. Yeah, no. I told Hyper, and he stabbed me and took my wallet, and now I am homeless and I'm missing a kidney. I know. I now know not to tell. Why are you laughing like that? Well, that's disrespectful, man.
Because I'm trying not to laugh.
I have posted Infinite versus Moyai on Twitter now, and I will do that on Blue Sky too.
So awesome.
Yeah, do that in Blue Sky.
Yeah, that's what I do. I am gonna do. What are you?
That's an order.
This is what I said I was gonna do. You fucking mongrel.
Oh, now the meter has reset once again.
Yeah. So we're on cooldown again. So yeah, Bowser Eggman. Quite the cultural impact that it's had already.
Yep. It's so popular that the official artist of Skull... And then, like the creator of Skullgirls drew art for it because of the death battle. So that's how you...
Infinite. Was it Infinite?
No.
No.
Okay,
it was,
thank God.
It was Bowser versus Eggman.
Yeah.
Okay, that... You see, that's actually unique. I really was worried it was going to be another fucking Infinite meme.
And now the meter has reset.
No, but like all these like Infinite like okay, like I just want to get this out of the way because like all this blew up so much. It was just like I have like seen like almost like 100 at this point of like Infinite dying. That's I mean, there's a freaking Reddit now called Weak Fit, which should be called Finite. To be honest,
it should be called Finite. Don't take my fucking cake.
Oh, meter has reset again.
We're going to take out this meter so quickly.
Yeah. And also, for a brief period of time, the wiki said Infinite was the worst performing Caban, which is not even true. Then they changed it to most quickly defeated one for what it is now, which is still not true. But I find it hilarious, so I'm going to believe it is true.
What it should be is least amount of screen time for a named character. Like, but even then, I feel like Eggman Wily's going to have some that are even less than him.
Scratch and Grounded probably actually had more on-screen time. That guy was drawn out a little bit.
Probably have more on-screen time, but like they have a whole bit dedicated to them. So does Sheepman. But like Metal Knuckles, he blasts. He does like nothing. Same with like Metal Sonic,
actually,
the Silver one, because they call him Silver Sonic, but it's not Silver Sonic. No,
Mecha Sonic.
I thought the silver one was called Metal Sonic, and then they made actual Metal Sonic.
I think they just call him Silver Sonic now, retroactively.
Yeah,
well, that's
I'm
not
pretty
his
sure
name!
they actually just...
Silver Sonic's a different
I'm pretty
guy!
sure they made his name. I'm pretty sure they made that one Silver Sonic at some point.
Well, you can't go back and retroactively change a trademark. He was Metal Sonic when he first showed up. He's Metal Sonic now. He's still Metal Sonic in that game.
Don't care.
I mean, they never call him that in the game.
No, but that's
he's
trademark.
Just there. Fucking. Oh, sorry, meter reset. Sonic fans always complain about the lore and its continuities. SMH.
I'm not even a Sonic fan. I mean, I guess I'm not against Sonic, but like.
Actually, I want him dead. Been thinking about it a little bit. He has to die.
I want him hung by jumper cables.
Okay, no, he was called Mecha Sonic in the game, not Metal. So he's Mecha Sonic. He's described in the...
So Mecha Sonic's the one who got...
his name, he got his name hoodwinked.
Metal...
He stole his name, basically.
That
but
blue
rumor
bastard
has it...
who literally only exists for the sake of one web show.
Yeah.
I think it's funny that that Mecha Sonic he only appeared again because of how popular Super Mario Bros. Z is. Let's be real.
Out that what that did for Mecha Sonic is what Bowser Eggman has now done for Metal Sonic in actually making them, cool and not just kind of
the tradition continues. I really hope. No, listen. Knowing Sega, I'm hoping that this is them starting to take note. Because once the internet has ingrained on enough...
We can cook with this character? Hold on. We never do that with anyone.
I mean, hey, listen, they did give Metal some credit in the most recent game.
Yeah, where in Overlord he got his shit pushed in by Base Shadow.
Meter reset.
That's
like
that's credit.
Even with that though, they had some pretty good characterization for him, which is what I really mean. Everyone got their crap kicked in by base Shadow in this game. Also, it's kind of questionable if it is base Shadow. It is kind of questionable if it is base Shadow, because Doom powers, there's an implication that he's getting stronger throughout the game.
I disagree.
I don't know.
Nerd emoji.
I mean, that they do basically say that, though.
Actually, no.
Okay.
That's just wrong. I don't agree with
that.
No.
They literally say that.
Look, Red,
I
have not played the game, and in the Verse community, that makes me the authority on it, so no.
True. True. You're right.
We are 10 minutes into this recording, and we have not said a single thing about the episode other than Infinite dying.
Literally just said that it made
I mean, rumor has it he also has his own Did You Know meme page as well. And Thwomp was trending as well on Twitter.
Thwomp was trending,
yeah,
bro. Thwomp was trending.
The GOAT.
Thwomp. The GOAT Thwomp.
Clearly the matchup should be Sporticus versus Thwomp, because, you know, the Verse community got them trending, so that should be the matchup.
No, like someone made a full-on Friday Night Funkin' music mod between Thwomp and Infinite, like just like in 2 days, and I'm like, how is this happening? It's so insane and funny. Oh my god.
Listen, Infinite deserves it, but at the same time,
it's actually really accurate. It's a really accurate depiction of Infinite. He shows up out of nowhere with no foreshadowing and build-up. He does one really cool thing, and then immediately dies the moment someone stands up to him.
Yep.
I can't get over the fact that he is... That technically, I forget who I was... That was Speedy earlier. He corrected me on this. But he's the only character on Eggman's side with a kill count. At least against Bowser, because Speedy pointed out that, no, Sage did get some kills.
Sage wiped out Eggman's entire army, yeah. Hey, no, Sage killed Bowser.
I'm pretty sure that...
Sage killed Bowser. They explicitly mention and refer to Dry Bowser in the analysis as being his reanimated corpse. She just outright killed him, and he just got back up, which she didn't calculate that. That wasn't in the parameters. I
guess that's fair.
Yeah,
I guess that's fair.
No, I think Metal Sonic killed Bowser too, because like with that one shot where it cut to red, and he died there. And then the paint brought him back.
I don't agree.
Sounds a little bit questionable. I don't know about that one.
I think.
Like, did he like?
I think Gumball's on
kill like any fodder minion in that? I wonder.
No, actually, very few fodder died in this entire fight.
Huh.
Well, Bowser exploded.
Oh, wait a minute! No. Literally, in the Infinite scene, a Motobug kills a Goomba.
Oh, does it? I never saw that.
In the background.
It did happen.
Because, you know, their whole bit about how the Phantom,
like, giving Infinite a run for his money.
The Phantom Ruby affects perception, not reality. So the Motobug that literally does not have perception because it is a machine is just unaffected, and he just body slams a Goomba, and the Goomba ceases to be there. It explodes.
Okay, you say that, but at the same time, Infinite's powers make no sense. Just across the board, because they affect Omega. Does he have perception?
He has a soul.
He has a soul, yeah.
So does the Motobug. It has a bird inside of it.
Well, birds don't have
souls. Birds aren't real. They were made by the government to spy on us. I thought we all knew this.
Birds.
Okay, yeah, I just saw the Motobug you were talking about. That's so.
Yeah, he just comes in and just whoops him.
He just bonks him, and then the Goomba has to stand there for a second, and then he explodes.
Yeah, he's like, why'd you do that? Ah!
Oh, I will move. Shinderu.
No, like, yeah, no, like, oh my god. And also, like, this isn't, I don't find it as funny as the Infinite stuff, but I also love the Metal Sonic moves where, like, I'm doing everything!
Yeah, because that's just true, though.
Before I go, I just want to let y'all know that wasn't my fault. Y'all are trash.
Yeah, that's literally that's just literally facts.
Yeah, he's like, if you pay close attention, Metal Sonic didn't die from a beam. He actually died of a bad back from how hard he was carrying the team.
You know, you know what we needed? We needed that one robot from Chemical Plant Zone Act 2 of Sonic the Hedgehog 2. But instead of the dirty chemical water, it's just a metal virus, and he just pours it all over the place.
I like the large group of people that have decided to respond to allegations of bias by going, no, dumbass, they literally did include that by just like showing what was on screen.
Yeah, no. I guess let's actually start talking about the episode now. I love them including alternate scenarios.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Just people just going. Yeah, people going on like Twitter now is like saying they didn't have this, and they just show them the alternate scenario. They're like, oh, huh.
Oh, shit.
What I haven't seen yet is responding to the people who say they downplayed both of them by pointing out that one of the corner boxes literally goes, so you can't argue them both at infinite multiversal. They just put that in there. It's in the corner. It's right there, everyone.
Like
you can't.
Like we knew that Death Battle haters just do not watch Death Battle, but this has been the most
they
blatant.
Don't read.
This has been the most blatant example.
That's a bit unfair, but
it would have been unfair if it was any episode except this one. This was the most
versus debaters don't read. I could literally title this video "I hate Bowser vs Eggman," and half the comments are going to be, so what's your opinion on Bowser vs Eggman?
Yeah.
Anyways, yeah, the full episode. Shocker. It's amazing. It's like one of the greatest episodes ever. Like on every conceivable level.
It's
like
almost as good as Mewtwo
damn.
vs Shadow. Like, it's that good.
Almost.
This is a really good debut for Bowser. I'm glad this was his first episode.
Yeah. I'm glad that Metal got 3 wins on this show. It's kind of crazy.
I swear
I think. One thing that definitely helped get eyes on this episode was all the advertising, like, cause like, god dang, that got so many eyes, and it really paid off because I have seen so much praise for this episode and a lot of art and a lot of memes.
Alright, so like there is one moment I want to highlight in Eggman's analysis.
Oh, great.
Because the writing of this episode is top notch. When they talk about Sage, the line he kept building and building until he finally built something that built off of him. That's actually writing fire.
Yeah, no, the analysis. Yeah, people have been. I will get to the animation, but like the analyses are like perfect in every level. They even have like freaking extra animation for like the end cards.
Yeah, that was not literally Sonic cut from the intro of Shadow the Hedgehog. That was not. That just is something they animated.
Just to go that extra bit harder, because my god, it goes hard on every level. Like diving into their vast armies, abilities, arsenal, and all that, and their stories and progression. It's like, god dang. And also, yeah, DJ, who, because you know, is his most wanted, went absolutely all out on the editing. It's like it barely feels still in any moment. Like there's so much motion, and it's all put together perfectly. And like, my god,
why'd you make that sound?
This is second only to the editing in Phoenix vs. Raven, where it's just comic panels shaking.
Yeah, good. That was good editing.
True,
you know?
I think.
That was some true not Death Battle tier editing. That was fantastic.
I couldn't have done it better myself.
That's
yeah, and also like
true, yeah.
another, you know, and also like another thing is just like them like mentioning freaking like I don't remember what was like right, yeah, all the like freaking like items and abilities, like just so many, and I'm like, yeah, Ultra really just did though that, huh? But like the man is just crazy. Like all of Goku and Superman, and then all of Mario and Sonic for Bowser and Eggman is just like, god.
No, the crazy thing is, the episode was like still in production, even less than a week to the episode's release, because Tiki wanted to keep editing it, but Ultra Guy also wanted to add more research, like shit like sorry, me to reset. Stuff stuff like Brothership was getting added into the episode's research in any nook and cranny that they could. That is insane dedication. And it paid off because Brothership is really funny, actually. Here's the fire flower. It's hot. Here's the ice flower. It can freeze the sun.
I like that they mentioned that. It's in the episode, the ice flower freezing the sun and all that. That's in there.
Oh, yeah, and I also saw this one, like, special move where, like, Mario and Luigi, like, do this combo and, like, go from, like, space and, like, shake planets or meteors or something. And it was like, what the hell?
They saw the Mario versus Sephiroth, and they're just like, all right, we gotta solidify.
It gives as if they didn't to me,
as if they don't already like beat Sephiroth.
I'm pretty sure Sephiroth wins, which is so depressing.
I'm pretty sure he doesn't.
It really just depends on how high you scale Sephiroth now, doesn't it?
I guess this is a matching matchups for another day.
Oh God! Now that there's also Spanish memes of Infinite now, it's breaching language barriers.
Yeah, I mean the Hispanic community loves that.
Yeah. What are you?
Oh wait, actually, this is a quick little intermission. So there is an official Spanish dubbing company that wants to dub Death Battle, and they have done a demonstration with Guts versus Dimitri.
He just.
It is. I will find it so that we can link it into the description. But this is
if
like
it interests you, check it out.
Yeah, this is an insanely big project for the Spanish speakers of the Death Battle community. Wiz and Boomstick, to my knowledge, are voiced respectively by the voice actor of Inuyasha and Stanford Pines. Name a more insane blunt rotation.
Yep. Anyways, oh wait, sorry.
So back to the episode about Bowser's analysis. The focus on family would make Vin Diesel do something. I'm not sure. I don't know the guy. But I agree with the family thing. No, I love the focus on family and how Bowser's a bad guy, but he's not a bad guy.
Yeah.
That's why he's in the meeting in Wreck-It Ralph. Ooh.
Isn't Eggman also in
the
meeting?
No, he's in there. Yeah, but like he doesn't say anything.
I mean, that's kind of also
what are
true.
You stupid?
In a different way.
Not back then.
Not back then.
No,
yeah.
that was before Sage. So absolutely not.
Sage is very recent.
I guess you can say that. I guess you can say that the best thing about Eggman back then was that his war crimes were only in the double digits. But that still includes blowing up the planet.
Well, I mean, hey, when the world was ever actually in danger, he did seem to care about that. He blew it up that one time, but he only blew it up enough to unleash primordial entity.
Yeah, it was only mostly dead, not fully dead, you know.
Actually, pretty much nothing was dead somehow. I don't get how that works, but
no, like realistically, if he did something like to the planet, that'd be like mass genocide on so many levels.
Yeah, he's kind of lucky that no one.
He literally did cause the eclipse.
Yeah, he did blow up the moon. That would also be mass genocide in some capacity.
He blew up part of the moon.
Like 90% of the fish that we have never discovered, we never will. They're gone.
Eggman blew them up.
Yeah.
There was that one time. Don't forget the plot of Sonic Lost World that no one cares about, where he did have a machine that was going to suck up the life of literally the entire planet.
Imagine if they did like an
actual, I'll be fine.
Like they did an actual crossover game with Mario and Sonic, and like Eggman's working with Bowser. He does one of those, and Bowser's just there like,
no, Bowser's just Bowser's just like, I'm going to take over the kingdom. I'm going to kidnap the princess. And Eggman's like, I'm going to commit genocide. Jesus Christ!
It's literally that one Bill versus Discord bit, but like with Bowser and Eggman. It's like, anything you can do, I can do better. I can make a guy who like feels pain but can't die. Jesus Christ! What the fuck? Excuse me. Why would? Like,
right,
yeah, you could. Like, yeah, I could do that. Why would I do that, bro? That's what they should do. They should just have Bowser just progressively go. No, Eggman. Wait, no. You're going a little far here.
Eggman, does your army even have their dental plan covered?
Dental? They don't have teeth.
Why don't they have teeth, Eggman?
I didn't want to give them
They don't have to eat. They don't require sustenance.
But what if they want to eat? Have you ever thought of their feelings?
No.
What do you even mean? All right.
It'd be really
gonna be stuff
like,
we're gonna be talking about.
They forgot to explain the reason that Bowser took over most of the known universe is because he just showed up, said this place belongs to me now, and left. Didn't conquer anything. He just showed up.
Ironically,
and said,
that's probably what most of it was.
No, it's like going around Monopoly, leaving a little house on the piece, and then just keep going around the board.
It's like the same energy as in like Dragon Ball Z Abridged, where the way they show Frieza conquering worlds is they just go, "Hey, there's a new world, Lord Frieza. What do you want to call it?" And that's just the extent of it.
No, quite. The verdict was really funny. Oh, Eggman took over the world. Bowser took over most of the universe. Taking over the universe in question is just like, okay, it's okay if we conquer this place. Everything's gonna be the exact same. There's just gonna be that little flag up there.
So imagine the civilians like, yeah, why not? Are you gonna give us some of those coins that just literally spawn everywhere?
I mean, sure.
Yeah, you can take us over.
Like,
yeah,
sure. I mean, I have no reason to do that. I'm gonna keep a couple of my army guys here. This one's named Phil. He's great with children.
We actually have like discrimination against people who have names starting with P.
Okay. Don't worry. Philip. This is actually spelled with an F.
Oh,
we've accounted for this.
Fantastic.
Yeah, we understand your customs.
Awesome.
Yes,
love
I've done
to see
it at a time. All right. Okay.
Bowser just being unreasonably reasonable.
Unreasonably reasonable, huh?
That's exactly how I would describe this.
Look, I'm a dictator, not a fascist. Good God.
It's like, oh my god, why do you guys live in poverty? Can you like give them like mansions? Yeah, okay. There you go.
My first evil act, we're going to cure world hunger.
I'm going to cure world hunger, and thus your governments will no longer be able to exploit your starvation. Behold my evilness.
What if Bowser was just misunderstood?
I mean, to an extent, that's kind of what the analyses are implying.
Yeah, he hangs out with Mario a lot. There are probably like more games where Bowser, or at least as many games where Bowser hangs out and like does stuff with Mario as games where he fights Mario. Like, they spend a lot of time like as bros.
And never forget, even if you don't consider the party games and stuff canon, Mario Odyssey is canon. Remember the ending to that game?
Like, if Peach sent me a restraining order, I would stop. But, she hasn't.
Mario literally just patting Bowser on the back like, it's alright, buddy, I understand.
I think in one of the German magazines for Nintendo Power, there's literally a bit where like Bowser just shows up and is like, Mario, are you okay? When Mario's like going off a bit, and that's his only appearance in that issue, is just him showing up to be like, are you alright? Is something wrong? You're kind of going off a bit. Are you sure everything's okay? And that he just doesn't show up again. And sometimes the comic calls him Wart for some reason, which is not true. That's wrong.
So anyway, one time Eggman was nursed back to health by a village that wanted to give him a second chance, and they were patient zero for the metal virus. So
no good deed goes unpunished and all that good shit.
Yeah.
Don't say it. Don't say it.
Yeah, that's the difference between them. Eggman is no good deed goes unpunished. Bowser is no bad deed goes unrewarded.
He channels all of his pure villainy into Mario Party. Everything else, he's cool.
No, I just can't get over the ending of Odyssey, but I'll ignore that for now.
No, in Mario Party he can be a bit dickish. Okay, 1 meter reset. But like even then,
that doesn't count.
If you have no money, he'll be like, oh man. Alright, here's some coins. Don't tell anyone.
I still like the bloody thing where Boom's like, no, my coins! It's like, yeah, like that's the worst thing that could happen. Is 15 coins. Yup.
No, there's like a map. There's a map where he could just like automatically ignore, like when you land on a battle space, he just ignores it, just automatically takes your star. Or just set your difficulty to that level immediately.
I saw a video where someone hacked the game so that it would land on the most positive option for all of those Bowser Revolution squares. It's not supposed to land on that, but there is an outcome if you manage to land on, like, what is it? Give the player a million stars
yeah.
Or something like that, yeah.
And he just runs away.
Most of the time he just runs away. I think in the most recent one, he gives you a single star and he's like, what? Did you really think I was giving you all that?
Wait, he does? In the most recent one?
Yeah, I think he does actually give you a single star.
Oh, I'm sorry, you didn't see the decimal point after the 1.
I stole this from a guy who was, like, he was trying to take over everything. Like, he had this, he was very red, much like Mario, but he was bigger, fatter, and he was kind of an asshole. 1 minute reset. Who said that?
I think it's really funny that Cubot and Orbot are the only like units Eggman has on the ground that survive because they're the only ones that don't run. It gives me this image that they're still so delusional that Eggman actually gives a damn about them, that they just like stay on like, oh, he's not gonna kill us, is he? And then Bowser saves them.
No, bro.
See, I didn't even read it like that. I just thought they were like, well, we're fucked.
I love that one. I love that one Koopa in the background that's just like praying for mercy.
Yeah. Didn't know Bowser was actually God the whole time. He's the god of the Koopa troop. I mean, I guess compared to a regular Koopa, he is tantamount to a god, if we're being honest. There's a sizable gap.
Yeah.
Alright, Junior, I made these 2 stone tablets. You are to follow the instructions on them, and they came from Santa Claus. These came from Santa Claus.
They came from me. That's all you need to know.
Anyway. No, that thing with Warbot and Cubot, I'm just imagining. Warbot knows what's happening, and Cubot's like, is he going to protect us? And Warbot's just like, yes, he will.
Tell me about the rabbits again, Orbot.
This is a happy laser, Cubot. Embrace it.
I can see that. There's no way he let us die. Yeah, sure,
you're right.
Sure, yeah, that.
But inside, in the inside, Orbot's just like, sweet release.
What you don't actually hear because of all the sound effects is when Bowser shows up, is just Orbot going, holy fuck! I do like that Sage fight
Orbot
the
is so
army. Like that's cold. To shoot the army and not Bowser, like, damn. Okay, Sage. I see what you're doing there, but that, Jesus.
I mean, like, she's looking she's looking at like all the possibilities in her head. This is the one that she knew Bowser was going to jump ahead of it, so she just kind of aimed at it with that in mind.
Because like if she fires at Bowser, he'll just move because it's a giant orbital space base. And like but
then the rest of the planet blows up.
She'll hit the planet and blow it up, but Bowser will probably survive the planet blowing up around him. Definitely better than he will survive the laser hitting him in the face.
All right, well, realistically, like, let's think of it. The Earth is really strong. They tanked like Thor's God Blast. The mountain didn't even get a scratch on it.
True.
So like, what's that thing got to do?
And they explicitly call that like multi-plus. So,
that's just like a regular mountain range. Imagine the swamp.
Mm-hmm. Can we talk about the fight now?
We haven't been talking about the bloody conclusion. What?
All right, we've been jumping. All right, we started with Bowser's analysis. Talked about how
started with
Bowser's
Eggman's analysis.
Not that bad a guy. All right, let's just move on to Eggman's analysis real quick then. I really like how they don't even try to hide it. He's just not a good person. And there's no real potential for him to be.
I mean, I don't know. I think.
Well,
there's a little potential. They do talk about that.
I think Frontier's added a lot of depth to the character. Like, not necessarily depth as in, oh, he actually is good, but depth as in, hey, he's got a character.
I mean, like, Eggman's always had a character.
Yeah, but most of his character's been, I'm an asshole.
The whole thing about, like, you know that even the backstory that they elaborate on in his analysis, most of that is extrapolated, but I think it's a pretty safe assumption. And all of that is from Frontiers, him being kind of jealous of Maria, and that is why he turns into an evil scientist.
All I'm saying is that no one would have cared about Maria if she lived. You know?
But yeah, most of that death battle just kind of extrapolated from the little information we do have, but I think it's a fair assumption.
Yeah. Imagine if Eggman came up with a scheme where he like cloned himself and sent his clone back in time to die so that he would get loved the way Maria did.
That would be so screwed up, and you know
it sounds like something he would come up with, and then like it would work, and Sonic would be like, wait, why do we like this guy? I thought he was supposed to be dead. And they're like, oh yeah, that's a bit weird. But how that happened.
No, imagine the Robotnik funeral of Maria and this one guy that no one knew because he didn't yet, and then Eggman just kind of burst in, why aren't you crying for me? I went through all of this effort.
Eggman just goes to an alternate timeline where he died instead of Maria, and he just like basks in all the glory, and then immediately starts taking over.
That one moment where Glomgold thought Scrooge was dead, so it's all I do is one thing, but it's fucking Eggman immediately said.
I was imagining that one Homelander scene when everyone's cheering for him and he just like slowly starts smiling. That's Eggman. He just didn't.
You know, it's really difficult. It's really difficult to picture Maria as anything but a little girl. So it's weird to think Eggman probably was not born when she died.
No, he wasn't.
Yeah, he mentions like he didn't really know her. Like he didn't know her at all. So like,
yeah, and I mean, to be fair, that could mean more than just like, heck, even if he was born like a couple of years before she died, she was on the Ark the entire time. So anyway,
yeah, she was in space.
All my family was talking about was this girl with space AIDS, and I never got the attention I needed. I made a baking soda volcano.
Do you have to call the infection that a little child is suffering from space AIDS? I mean, do you have to do that? Like, is there like an obligation to do that or something?
No.
Shadow Generation
it's not Shadow Generations that established that, for the record. But unironically, her fictional disease is an offshoot of AIDS. Unironically.
Now, I feel like there's a bigger criminal than Eggman in this world that we're just like not addressing here.
I mean, in rare cases, it is just
AIDS has to start somewhere. It's not like it's always.
Like, I'm just saying, there's someone that needs to be sent to the Shadow Realm, and like They've just never been caught. This is a really dark series. This is a dark series for mature audiences. I think they should make a game with Maria as a gun.
So anyway, like,
what is it, like neuro? Yeah, I think it's NIDS.
I think we can safely move on from this topic.
Deficiency.
Hey, let's talk about that fight then. That was a really good fight animation. I like the introduction. I don't. Now I don't.
Everything.
I checked the Death Battle wiki. They didn't mention it in the references, but I feel like the cardboard Peach is a reference to 3D Land. I'm pretty sure that just does happen in 3D Land. When Mario finds Peach and there just is a cardboard cutout that falls over. Get on that Death Battle wiki. Why isn't that on the page?
I like that Bowser is down so bad that he didn't even notice that Peach was in 2D.
Yeah,
he's
literally at the perfect angle to know what's going on. And the fact that it's Orbot and Cubot that successfully catfish Bowser...
Don't forget,
so awesome.
Paper Mario's canon, as they said in the analysis. Therefore, he was probably like, "This is a big change for you, but honestly, I'm open for it."
He's like, "Oh, we're doing this bit again, okay." I like that Orbot and Cubot can't really do much in fighting, but they're still literally some of the most important characters to this episode.
Yeah, kind of.
Because I feel like Eggman, Eggman would not have shown up if they had not succeeded. He would have been like, "No, no, no! I want my theatrical entrance. I go there and do it again."
And obviously, they did wrestle for the Phantom Ruby, and you can give them.
They did outsmart a charging Chuck.
Metal would have just tackled that guy.
That would have gone so hard, just tackling the charging Chuck and out tackling him.
Oh boy. No, imagine it's like he tackles the charging Chuck and you hear down on the 35-yard line. Yeah, it looks like Bowser's Kingdom's gonna have to pick it up really hard to win this quarter.
Yeah, that's clearly Orbot and Cubot as commentators there.
The alternate scenario where they didn't feel like participating in the fight.
Just like, oh, that was really close to a fumble, and Cubot's just like, football!
you see the Chuck just absolutely get floored, and they're both just like, oh!
I don't know why. I like this scenario we've written up.
I like this alternate version. I just imagine the Chuck bows through like 5 different like Eggman goons, and then Metal just like headbutts him and he goes down.
Eggman takes off his thing and there's like a little emblem tattooed on his stomach, like football. All get up.
Imagine you just see in the background of one scene is just Bowser like helping the Chuck back to his feet, like, "Gee, you okay?" Holy crap. That looked bad. I think you like
holy shit, you got floored, dude.
You got turned. Are you sure we're not in Paper Mario? Because you definitely got folded. Like, that was bad. You see,
no, just like this is bad. This is the one sport we don't play.
You just see in the background when everyone's like seeing the death egg is these 2 guys with a stretcher just running with Chuck on it, just trying to get out. They're like, "No, we gotta get him to the infirmary."
I can't get over the fact that for no reason in particular, Metal Sonic is just lurking in the background.
Yeah, what's with that?
During the Infinite scene.
It's when he's like, "You call this an invasion force?" And then Metal Sonic's in the back, like,
and he's just like,
and then he
just
disappears.
Standing there. I like how in shadows he is in that one. It's just
he
so
just
cool.
disappears in the next shot too. Like he just left. It's like, all right, I got an idea what I'm gonna do now.
Mm-hmm. No, Moro had to make Metal Sonic a threat. That's like the biggest highlight here, because
if you look at the storyboard, like Metal Sonic's he's not all that. To be honest,
I've said this before, but obviously not too much changed about the fight progression from the storyboards, but Moro definitely gave Eggman a lot more credit. Like, he allowed Eggman to land more hits
Yeah, like Eggman's side do a lot better. Super Neo actually does something.
No, it was the episode was dangerously close to just being Mario versus Sonic 2 in the sense that Sonic doesn't get to do anything.
Yeah, like Bowser
realized that
Bowser was just dominating the entire storyboard, and Mora fixed it.
Okay, so that shot we're talking about with Metal Sonic lurking, I didn't even notice when the camera pans over to Bowser punching the dude. Metal Sonic's gone when it pans back.
Did you check that just now?
That's even more menacing.
Did you check that just now because I've mentioned it?
I knew about him lurking. I did not hear you mention it, but yeah, no, I just checked. Yeah, he's gone by the time it pans back. That's even more menacing.
Also, there's a new thumbnail for the episode.
That's even more menacing than if he just stood there.
Yeah, like he just
I've seen Toads do better, and that'll be the last thing you see. I'm taking those eyes.
Like I've seen Toads do better, and then Metal Sonic's just there, like, what's a Toad? Let me check this before I come. Okay, yeah, I took offense to that.
No, also, I love the freaking chance time on Metal, and he's just like, huh, what? And he just turns his head, it just turns his head.
No, yeah, I love the animation. Pro was livid. Wait, can someone can someone, like, edit Party Crashers stuff over the chance time?
Someone already did.
I need to hear Vernius just absolutely melting. Or Brent making monkey noises, one of the two.
Also, freaking...
Okay, but here's my question. Who was Sophist in this fight?
Infinite.
Infinite, yes!
Yes! No, yes, perfect! Shows up to be an asshole, instant L.
Sophisticated society, we lost.
This is so sad.
No, I can just imagine hearing Sophist's voice. Behold, a power without peer. Let me show you my true utter dominance. Oh God! And then you just hear Brent and like breaking his mic laughing as soon as the thwomp comes down.
You just hear him saying that. It's like, and then he just immediately goes to, "No, I will not do that." Okay. Just instantly doesn't work. Someone needs to draw Sophist as Infinite now. I think that's a perfect combination of characters.
And then Metal TC Nick 3 about to get in last place with 0 Phantom Rubies. Cringe.
I don't want it. I don't want to imagine this. Oh my god.
Yeah, you're right. Brent would be Metal Sonic. Let's be real.
I like that I've never talked about any of these people with any of you, and I am glad that we all immediately went on the same page. I like when stuff like that happens.
Everyone but Red.
Oh right,
yeah, he doesn't watch them.
Whoever that guy is.
Yeah, I have no idea what you're talking about.
Yeah, I don't know who Red is either, so you know it's fine.
He would absolutely. Yeah, by the way, you guys are right. He would absolutely be freaking Metal Sonic.
No, just like in the shadows, he's just thinking, all right, so I have to do all these inputs all at once, and time this just right, frame perfect, just like Hazia's combos in Tekken 8.
See, that's the actual reason Bowser was so angry at Metal Sonic, like doing like blah, blah, blah. That's why he used the Grand Star. He just got so sick of Brent doing well.
Alright, that's Brent. I mean, not Brent. TC Nick. And then Bowser Jr. is Vernius because he's the little guy.
I can literally hear him going, "Oh no!" when Bowser gets taken down.
No, you just is here Vernius when he jumps into Shadow Mario. I got this. I don't got this now.
Oh my god!
It's just such a good episode. Like,
anyways, I want to talk about this cinematic masterpiece that was freaking Bowser, freaking like
the
Fury Bowser.
That was so good.
Yeah, like I I imagine, especially you as a kaiju guy, would absolutely love that.
Oh yeah, I love that. But like I'm still like I'm debating because part of me feels like Neo Metal was my favorite transformation in the episode. Like the way he he fucking blows the camera into a Dutch angle and just to make himself look better. It looks like a YouTube edit, like one of those over the top edits where they like animate manga panels and just blast through them like 2 seconds per shot.
I like to think that it's like a reference to the IDW comics when Neo Metal shows up because that's the exact same pose.
It's possible.
That'd be sick.
Mora seems like the kind of guy to do that. He just looks so cool, like the slow walk, the way his like little coattails are like falling behind him.
Like he has so much raw energy. Like he's just like he's just so cool. He's probably been the coolest he's ever been in any official Sonic media,
this
included,
is the coolest
to be honest.
he's ever been. Period.
Yeah.
All right.
Like if Sega ever made Metal this cool, people might buy that he beat Cell.
All right, listen. High key. His version of I'll Crush You is better than anything Mechasonic did.
Yeah.
I'm so mad how many people think that's a reference to Mechasonic, though.
That's just the line Metal has.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it could be a double meaning because obviously.
But I know a lot of people really like.
Mecha has been like living off Metal's clout the whole time. And Coolers as well, to be honest.
It's so funny in Sparking Zero. Cooler is such a fucking fraud beta reset.
I think it's I like how. Like, I remember the Black Shield, right? Like, Metal Sonic's shield. How in Eggman Wily, that was like, there's this, like, completely invincible shield he's got. And then in this episode, Bowser punches through it, like, in one hit. And it puts up literally no
He didn't
resistance.
even punch through it. The shield just kind of stayed, but Metal Sonic was the one that got launched.
No, like, the shield breaks.
Does it?
Yeah.
It just shatters like glass.
Oh, okay.
He goes for the goddamn Megaton punch. Metal's like, I got this,
Sorry.
I got this, boss. Ah!
I'm just looking at the storyboard again because I didn't actually realize that in the original, Fury Bowser literally does like 2 things.
Yeah.
He punches and then he shoots the Grand Star laser.
No, I want to talk about Fury Bowser because, like, while I know a lot of people love Metal and he's really cool in this, Fury Bowser, like, specifically with how the music is timed, too, just makes him, like, the coolest thing ever. I just, like the reshaping all bit, and as he, like, comes out of, like, the pain is so freaking sick, and, like, the lightning punch with like both Eggman and Bowser charging their punches is like, I'm like, okay, this like it doesn't even feel like a DB. It feels like an official, like high quality, like cinematic experience. It's like, what am I
really
looking at?
That Bowser lands one hit on the Death Egg robot and it's just completely out of commission. It's like, well, it's not working anymore. Sage.
I mean, that makes sense.
They literally,
the Death Egg robot is not that strong.
The conclusion literally brings up, so here's the city, like, town, explodey thing. Bowser's stronger. Just ends it at that.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, and then
they could have given Eggman a stronger mech to use, but also nothing's quite as iconic.
Yeah.
I think
I love how just, like,
I like it more too. So
I love how there's the like freaking like leaders and commanders like come in like during that big kaiju battle and stuff, but also the when the beat drops like after Bowser Jr. gets hurt is like the best scene to me. Like when Bowser just gets super pissed and just annihilates Neo. That's like the best moment.
It's insane because every episode up until Trunks Silver with a Super Hog, they're just completely untouchable. The most you can do is stall them out. Trunks lands an actually good hit, and that's like the first time. And then in this one, Bowser doesn't just like take out a Super Hog, he one-shots him, and his beam does not put up a fight. It clashes for all of like a second before getting completely overwhelmed. Like, Bowser completely obliterated him.
Like, I know, and
side note, but I do like that shot was a reference to Sonic Frontiers as well, where Sonic gets forced out of his super form.
Yeah, I guess it's like a good time to mention like the freaking the track's peak. I love it so much.
It's great.
It's very Sonic Tears vibes to it, but like
and somehow in some ungodly way, this is still the quote unquote worst part of the episode, because like everything about this episode is so immaculate that we have to put a 9 out of 10 as the low point. That is actually insane.
And obviously, it's a difference in preferences for genre. I know a lot of people don't like the Screamo stuff, so...
Yeah. No, but like, listen, I don't have any issues with the track. The best you can say is that, it's not really a Mario-like, but who cares?
Yeah, no, like, literally, who cares?
I don't care. I think it'd be hard-pressed
unless you just dislike the genre.
It'd be hard-pressed to really say it's Sonic-like either. Like, it's evocative of Frontiers, but it decidedly sounds different, because it is just the Devil May Cry track.
I mean, you got the Devil May Cry guy, so that makes...
They did. But, like, that sort of black metal vocals on power metal guitar is very much, like, a very Devil May Cry thing. It's not something I hear pretty much anywhere outside of Devil May Cry, personally. And Revengeance. It's pretty much just, like, that. So, I would struggle to call it a Frontiers track. Like,
I am the egg that is poaching.
No.
No, you need help. Hyper, can you help this man?
Now I'm motivated. Fuck.
Don't get too excited. Those were the easy ones.
Anyway, made a reset.
I know. Also, I have seen literally no one shout out this person, and I want to do my duties here for them. Philip, the only sound guy. He's the only sound design guy. He did an entire army fight by himself. He sounded all this. he's like actually insane. Like no one ever brings it up. It's like sounding all these freaking elements and stuff in one big episode by himself is like crazy. Like I love the impact, and again, like the Bowser Jr. scene where it's just like you hear like how it's like muffled. It just gives it so much more impact, and they're like, oh man, he's hurt, and then Bowser sees it. It's like I could just
like, the muffled noise is kind of showing Bowser tuning out everything else because that just happened.
I know. It gives it so much impact.
So I was making memes
talking about
like,
this
the waiting period about Bowser basically going, "My baby boy," and like getting really angry, and that just happens in the fight. It's like, okay. We got an eclipse, we got a my baby boy moment, we got like some of the arguments I made that I said they would make in the prediction getting put in there.
No, that it comes from a DBX of all things. But in Vegeta versus Zod, where he's just like, that's my son. That moment, I feel like, is so fucking raw, and that's what it reminds me of.
It's too raw for a DBX, bro.
Yeah, it was. Also, this leads into the giant eclipse by Bowser, which is so peak.
Yeah.
What I think is really funny about
I can't believe it. I can't believe it.
In that DBX is that because Zod wins, the realistic outcome is Zod just catching his punch and going, yeah, and.
DBX.
Speaking
that doesn't matter.
Yeah, it doesn't matter with DBX.
Stuff and who wins, I do not agree with the episode.
It would be
great for Zod to versus debater.
It would be really great for Zod to catch and he just punches Vegeta and he just dies.
Trunks is now just like dead inside.
I know. I also like no, and like the freaking like Eclipse. By the way, we definitely know now Griffith would absolutely destroy Eggman with this.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Clearly, because the Eclipse destroys Eggman.
What was that? That was what? What was that?
Anyway,
like everything I was joking about being in the episode ended up in the episode. So
and it was done so well. But anyway, I would like to talk about like the post analysis and what I think I would put my input towards.
Real quick. Ending Punch by Bowser, they have their sprite for frame, and also
cool.
people confuse it for Black Flash. That's not Black Flash. It's just
it's like
a Smash Bros.
Isn't it?
Thing. Yeah, Smash.
But you could say it's a Black Flash because Shigaraki versus Mahito foreshadow. But so the post analysis and what I would say is differ. So they say Bowser takes stats. What you buy for stats is your own thing. Personally, I think this is way more equalized than you would expect, given the ends that exist. And the tabs, they also kind of allude to this. So I see why they didn't bring up the numbers too much outside of the mech and Bowser comparison. Because once you go like cosmic, numbers don't mean as much.
I saw. This isn't any dig at. I think we even brought up this episode, but like the shadow, like that Black Mewtwo versus Infinite one. I still think that was like a pretty good outing for a new versus series, but the stats they gave to Infinite and Mewtwo were just like so versus brain rotted. I don't care for it, but it also just makes him die into a thwomp even funnier. He was put at high. He was put at high out of person. Infinite.
Oh, okay.
Well, low, actually. My bad. But
so, sorry. Just for the sake of it, I went back to the Vegeta versus Zod DBX, and yeah, if you look at the watch time graph, that moment in particular,
yeah,
people replay that so much. All right.
Anyway, so the next point, being like their powers and stuff. Nemesis, you brought this up in the prediction, but they went with the thing that since Bowser's all natural, then he can just do anything at all times, and that's really useful. My counter argument is if you're going to give them everything, then Eggman should have their reality warping powers to just hop from mech to just be able to do that at all times as well.
Yeah, but the fact is he still needs to do that. Like that's still a requirement. And if Bowser
still couldn't be in all of them at the same time.
If Bowser finds a way to just take away his reality warping equipment, then
Okay, but like
chance time.
This is Bowser. Even if you give Bowser everything, his whole idea is I'm going to hit him really hard.
Yeah, no, you can't be using that argument.
You know what Eggman does when he has reality warping? He sure doesn't hop between all the mechs he's ever had and use all their powers, does he? Why you make stupid argument?
No, he put it inside himself to turn super.
And then didn't work, did it?
I think a slightly more reasonable argument you could make is him just putting robots in some of those other mechs.
Yeah, like
I think the more reasonable argument is he gets Sage to pilot all of them.
I mean, that's
true. That's also a possibility.
I certainly, if I was Eggman and I had a 600 IQ, I would probably think I'm gonna put the super smart techno fucking super god whatever that I've made Sage in there, because I'm just not feeling the Moto bug piloting today.
No, he unironically does have robot pilots for some of those mechs. I don't think they have a specific name, but still.
And then you got all the dummies and stuff that can operate mechs on their own as well. So, like, if the argument is Bowser can do everything on his own, then if Eggman all these resources, Eggman can do basically most of these on his own. Note, though, and at the same time,
Bowser just needs to destroy certain mechs to prevent him from having certain abilities. Eggman, to prevent Bowser from having certain abilities, needs to kill him.
Yeah, and and like if in a more equal stats scenario, I feel like it'd be easier for Eggman to just kill the one, and Bowser would also have to know which one he would have to go after.
I mean, most of that's kind of obvious, to be honest.
Huh.
Yeah, most of it's
Wonder
obvious.
if I should go after the one that's doing all that stuff.
Like, Time Eater is pretty blatant about what it does. I wonder
if that thing could be important to take out. It's quite big up there.
I wonder if that's the thing that's rewinding time currently.
I see all the gears. I see all the gears moving around. It looks pretty Eldritch in appearance.
He called it Time Eater. Does that make the question mark blocks turn into coins? Is that one of them power blocks up there?
But yeah, probably one of the more difficult things would be, I don't know, Egg Wizard. I don't know. I'm just spitballing here. But point is, I agree with the outcome more or less.
All right, but Bowser's all natural, but if you give Eggman everything and he's not an idiot, but more smart about his approach, he can just do most of his abilities, but it's all at once instead of just going one at a time.
That is possible. It's just not really how he does
I will also note that a lot of his best machines require the Chaos Emeralds. So he's only going to have one set of Chaos Emeralds here.
Yeah, but...
So he literally cannot have Super Metal Neo the final egg.
We never used it, so it didn't have to get... We never used it, so it didn't have to get brought up. Excuse me. Sneeze.
What do you mean?
Yeah, we never had it used, but the Egg Wizard technically uses the Soul Emeralds. Could he have the Soul Emeralds and the Chaos Emeralds?
Probably
That's
not.
a question.
That feels a bit...
he would have to get Eggman Nega.
Why do you have to pronounce it like that?
Because that's how it's pronounced.
That's how it's pronounced. It's just that you can't separate it. Ever since the Nega-chin, everyone just you can't unhear it anymore. Ever since that became a meme.
What do I do? Naga?
Nega.
Eggman Ningen.
No,
Eggman
that's even worse. Now you've removed any ambiguity.
Yes, I suppose that is a rather bad look now, isn't it? I guess that's why he's not in it. I guess that's why he's not in any of the other games.
Point it.
Right.
He's dead, I guess.
His last appearance is either in Rivals Olympics, and the Olympic series is dead, so
he's just dead as shit. That man is
need a reset.
Ian Flynn just decided that he was dead.
Kind of base, to be honest.
All right, but
I guess that's why Blaze
actually talking about. Right.
You know, here's what gets me about the conclusion. They have a category, intelligence, that I feel exists exclusively to give Eggman a win. Because they do not mention, battle smarts or leadership skills, just pure engineering intelligence. And...
yeah, I don't...
That's a bit weird to me.
I feel like...
It feels like that only exists so Eggman can get a red in there.
Yeah, that's not even a category that normally is in this.
That's not to say intelligence doesn't matter. Intelligence does matter, but I think in an army battle, knowing how to punch well and knowing how to lead your troops matters more than I can count to 1 million and you can count to 4.
No. Like a lot of the categories of this one are new for this one specific, but also I'm kind of surprised at how much Bowser took so many categories.
Yeah, you look at the end, any comparison, it's like, holy shit, no, this is not as even. You guys are really bad making this look close. When Eggman's only downside, one of Kamek's abilities doesn't work. Oh, sorry, Bowser's only downside, one of Kamek's abilities doesn't work. Eggman's only plus, he's smarter. Not even putting in Metal Sonic solos most of the Koopa Troop. Could have been nice to put in there. Give him something. Sage is borderline unkillable for the Koopa Troop. Put that in there maybe. Sage is really just hard to take out. Not just he's smarter. Not just he knows arithmetic and Bowser doesn't.
It is less realistic to kill Sage than it is for them to just get past her and kill Eggman.
Yeah.
All right, but also, I was going to say that I feel like Eggman's intelligence advantage is like you're saying it's like a pity category. I think it was kind of downplayed because especially in an army fight, I feel like intelligence matters a lot because you have the strategy and go in there.
That's what I just said. I just said
I like Eggman. I prefer Eggman between these two, but I'm just gonna be real with you, man. Eggman really just is not good in this sort of setting, like ever.
What I said was Eggman's smarter, undoubtedly. But it felt like a pity category because the forms of intelligence that should matter in a fight like this, leadership ability and knowing how to fight, are not included. It's just who has the higher IQ, who's the better engineer, who's less likely to build something that fails. Which, like, yeah, I guess that's important, but is it really in this case?
And Bowser just has more experience in army fights and things like that.
Well, to be fair, Eggman's hands can strangle a Zeddy.
Okay. Yeah. Again, people hate Lost World, but I still maintain Eggman was kind of badass in that game.
Want me to reset?
Bowser,
that doesn't really count.
They could have gone like, oh, like, I don't know what they could have done. They could have done something to give Eggman more than just who can build a better toaster.
Eggman definitely deserves.
Them rolling up all physical stats into one is just funny to me.
Yeah,
I feel like
just physical stats.
Definitely, I feel like Eggman deserved more in the post-analysis, but
obviously,
it's like apples to oranges.
I imagine internally.
You see, the reasoning is the post-analysis was written for the storyboard version of the fight, not the one we actually got.
Yeah. Like, them going more in depth about why the fans are at like infinite.
Isn't the post analysis like already kind of pushing the limits of how long it is? Like it's almost like 5
minutes.
Oh,
it is very long.
It's very long.
Yeah.
It's very in depth. It's very well done. It's just, you know, like the army section, right? They talk about. So it seems like Eggman's is better. Here's why Bowser's is. What you mean? We want us to explain like things that Eggman's army might have over Bowser's? Nah, it's not that guy. he's a proper wanker. That one.
Like, I prefer Bowser, but I felt a little bad for the Eggman side.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, damn.
I would have accepted, like, they could bring up the fact that, like, Eggman's army unambiguously has more firepower. Like, in terms of, like, range combat, it's just got more going on. Because that's the entire army, and as opposed to, like, the Bullet Bills and the Torpedo Teds and then their family.
No, I think you could say that Eggman's army is just way more versatile, especially with the ground troops, because
it's also easier to replace. I don't in general. If a large chunk of Bowser's army gets blown up, well, it's gonna be hard to just bring them back without throwing 1-ups at them. But Eggman literally could just get new ones made. Like he pumps them out so quickly.
The problem with what you said about versatility, is that, as they mentioned in the post-analysis,
power-ups. Yeah, no, that would be like a lot.
You can argue more versatile base to base. Like without power-ups, Eggman's army is walk forward and shoot, and Bowser's army is walk forward.
Or run forward if you have football gear.
Yes. If you have football gear, play basic sports. Kick a footy.
If you have football gear, then Metal Sonic's coming for you, and he's getting that interception.
Yeah,
and then like in the prediction, I said that Bowser was more vulnerable just because of his general fighting style, but also because he sees his units as family. And then Death Battle took that argument and basically said his units are family, so they're going to be more coordinated and they're going to get than Eggman would have his. And you know what? No notes. That's fucking incredible. but I still do think the other side of the argument should be acknowledged. And it is in the animation, but not in the post-analysis.
One thing I found odd is they mentioned that, like, Sage, with their millions of calculations, couldn't calculate a way to defeat the Titans. Did they just forget that the reason she couldn't do that is because Eggman forbade her from calculating Sonic in the equation? Like, that's kind of the whole bit.
Yeah, no, that was a little bit of a weird thing.
The reason she couldn't calculate a way to beat the Titans is because Eggman was like, no, don't put the stupid hedgehog in, I hate that guy!
And she never actually made a comment on calculations after that cutscene, so we don't know if she ran anymore.
Like, that example would be an example of how Eggman's, like, massive ego and pride can sabotage himself more than a problem with Sage.
They never really said much of anything about his tunnel vision. That would have been
funny because it's in the fight. It's in the fight because in the fight.
Oh no! Don't say the word. We don't say that word in these parts.
It took a moment for it to load in for me. But in the fight, the only reason Eggman gets killed is because after Bowser gets kicked by metal, he decides to show back up on the battlefield. He didn't need to do that. But, like, that's an example. He didn't need to show back up. He just did because he thought he'd already won. And he was like, well, I might as well come in and look good. I've got clout to steal.
I'm going to emote all right, they're all dead.
It's why it's really funny when Bowser comes back.
Oh, God damn it.
The first thing Eggman does when Bowser comes back is stare blankly and then take a step back like, hold on, big boy. I wasn't ready for this. If I knew this was happening, I'd be in the time eater right now, not this.
Yeah.
No, seriously. I love just realizing that Eggman himself did not actually accomplish anything.
It's kind of fitting. I like to imagine the only reason he came in with the Death Egg Robo and not anything, and not one of his better mechs, is because he thought he'd won, and he wanted to show up in the mech that just looked like himself, so that everyone knew who won. Like fucking like Lex Luthor level.
No, I love that.
Level, like, inability to think proper.
No, I love that.
I like the Metal Sonic thumbs up. They got the Metal Sonic thumbs up in there too. That was good.
If Eggman weaponized his IQ, like, canonically, then I think he would have had a way stronger chance of winning the actual episode. But he is too hard focused on being a hater.
Yeah, that's literally
good rewording.
It's just like that, like.
You reworded it, but with the same meaning.
That is literally his entire plot in Sonic Frontiers. That's his whole bit.
Like, I know, I love post-analysis that just brings in the characters, like, personalities and stuff as an actual argument. I really like that.
He's a hater first, genius second. And I think that's the nail in his coffin.
As far as the analysis part goes, yeah, what you said, Nem, the Sage calculations is probably one of the weirder comments they made.
I actually forgot to bring that up in my review, because I've already recorded and written it, and I'm in the middle of editing it. I forgot to bring that up, but, like, I should have. That, like, that's just not what the plot of Sonic Frontiers is. Like, I understand, if she could only calculate millions of scenarios with the mass of Eggman's army at her disposal to use to calculate. First of all, I feel like that's that's a very small amount of calculations, just given the amount of shit Eggman could have used against the Titans in the end. But...
Wow, Sage, you kind of suck.
I understand. If Bowser's got a lot more, like, variety and, like, the amount of combinations he can use with power-ups and all that than Eggman's got, then, yeah, like, understandably, Sage would not be able to calculate all of them if she's only ever been shown to calculate Eggman's army. And again,
they also brought up in the black box how Eggman is like not Eggman, Bowser's army in Brothership is counted to be close to 100 million, and like mixing all that with all those 100 millions with so many different power combinations is just like good luck calculating that.
All right.
I mean, to be kind of fair, I do think the Brothership thing to some people might even be a nerf to the size of Bowser's army, because I remember everyone talking about how, oh, he can span the universe with his army. Nah, bro.
Not with 100 million.
Well, I mean, yeah. I mean, he still did. So
you could consider it, but we already talked about that earlier, Hyper. He just goes to planets and he's like, hey, we're gonna fly our flag.
Yeah, he only keeps like 5 guys per world there.
Everything will be exactly the same, but we're gonna have our flag here. Cool.
Actually, one minor discrepancy: we're going to make the school lunches free. But other than that, everything's going to be the
same. And this is just a funny line to me, but I just love them saying, "Oh, by the way, Kamek was just kind of broken. He can just like manipulate this and that.
That has
cancel their powers."
To be a reference to like the amount of times people were bringing up that Kamek just solos. Like that had to be like a callback to like that whole bit that was going on for a while about how Kamek.
Yeah, because like I saw so many memes about Kamek just stealing items and stuff, and people getting like really uppity about that sometimes, but also it was just really funny.
Yeah.
Okay, so
I mean, like literally all it needs to do is take
them not bringing it up. True, but yeah, them not bringing up the one Bowser quote, but then ending the analysis with it. Warping through space and time.
Yeah, I love that.
No.
It's like they clearly didn't want to analyze that from a versus perspective, but it's also just kind of
Bowser
funny.
will show up, warping through space and time because he can do that. It's great. I love it.
No. They had to practice their restraint because that was the one thing that people were probably going to take note of.
Oh yeah, another thing.
And you know what? I do not think that would have even gotten attention if Ant Dude didn't make that video about Yoshi's Island games. Because who the fuck would have looked at Yoshi's Island for that line of text in particular?
Because he makes a big deal about that in the video. Yeah, he's like, then suddenly warping through space and time, huh? Also, one thing I will note: Eggman does so much better in his like attempt to get away in the episode and the storyboard. Like he tries so much.
Oh, he doesn't even make an attempt to get away in the storyboard.
Jetpack. He does his Genesis run. He pulls out a gun that probably would have at least stunned Bowser for a moment if Junior hadn't turned it to cardboard. In the storyboard, he just gets.
Actually, what gun was that? Because I can't actually recognize what it was.
What gun was that?
Oh
my god, we put him on the spot.
I'm surprised. I'm surprised they didn't just go with the gun from the IDW comics. But I couldn't tell you.
It kind of reminded me of the mind control ray from Colors, but I don't think that's what it is. I don't think it's related.
Do you want me to send you an image, Gumball? Just like the best image of it, and see if you can identify it right now.
I could probably only tell you after the podcast. I'll be real. I gotta check my phone to see if Tronos is off of work.
You know what else you can check on your phone? This gun.
That sounds like a threat. Do you realize how threatening it
sounds?
Yeah. Okay. Now I'm just looking at it again. I have no idea why it made me think of the mind control gun. It's nothing like the mind control gun.
It makes me think of the drones from the movies.
Like dude, the way they open up. It would be so funny if he went. It would be so funny to me.
Gun, though.
Like at the very end, like, wow.
At the very end,
he goes for mind control. Like, damn.
Oh god, we've been talking about this for almost 2 hours. We need to move on. I did not realize the time. Oh god. Right.
We've just been rambling about whatever we felt like.
I know. Usually I pay attention, but like I just did not care because Bowser Eggman is just like it hits different. Anyways, next time, Among Us and Fall Guys.
I'm playing Fall Guys on Fortnite right now.
I've got 3 Amoguses in my room right now with me, watching me.
I wish I got Among Us Sans on time, but I got Among Us Edgeworth, so I'm happy.
Yeah.
Unironically, this is like super hype because it's indie games after Starlight. So like I am very excited for that, and I know it's memey in nature because of the nature of these games and their fandoms, but also I don't care. It's cool and awesome. And this was literally just announced while we were while we were about to start recording. Larry is gonna animate for this episode. I am very happy for him. Bro pushed the matchup, convinced them that it's cool, got it to happen, and is working on it. Actual legend. I am very happy for him. No, but no, this is like super exciting. I am interested to see where this goes. I know a lot of like people bring up a lot of crossover stuff for some. At least I don't know anything about the debate. But, like people bring up Twitter's
as far as I know, the Amoguses blow up a planet in Vampire Survivor, the trailer, and the Fall Guys create a constellation. So I think I have a vague idea who's gonna win.
Yeah, it's. Like, heck, if you include the Vampire Survivors trailer, there's no particular reason you can't do stuff like Fortnite, and we don't need to get into that can of worms.
I think the difference is that at least the Vampire Survivor thing is at least a feat the Amoguses do in it, as opposed to just crossover scaling.
Well, no, like
that's fair.
You got Final Fantasy 14 for Fall Guys, which is so funny.
What? Wait, Final Fantasy 14's with Fall Guys?
What feat do they do in Final Fantasy 14?
I'm pretty sure there's a quest involving the Fall Guys. I need to look it up a bit more.
No. Give me
whatever.
I'm talking about like feats done by the Fall Guys, not just crossover scaling. They make a constellation of like the crown at one point, and just like it literally shows up in space.
Oh well.
So I think the Descending lads are gonna win this one.
Yeah, Fall Guys just win unless they go with something really weird.
Descending
where
people are going to beat
the
vicinity of
what if they only hypothetically? What if they only went for canon stuff, quote unquote?
I think the constellation
and considered Fall Guys a TV show.
If you include the fucking Vampire Survivors thing, Bardock is going to be the weakest loser.
Yeah. Sod that guy.
But yeah, if you go with the logic of Fall Guys being a TV show, then a lot of their feats are a little bit inadmissible.
Wait a minute.
But I don't know. I doubt they're doing that. I sincerely doubt they're doing that.
Physically weakest loser. Let's not forget, Jorno is car level.
Yeah, but like.
But
I feel like Jorno could power through a swamp. I don't know.
Oh my god. Also, I just realized this is technically a finale. I know we don't do finale. I know they don't.
We don't. That's not really how it works.
It doesn't work anymore, but it's funny to call it that.
Finale of the year.
Yeah.
That makes it sound way more dramatic. Anyway, yes, let's move on to the next. Let's move on to the next category.
I know
we've been
we're
here for an hour and 28 minutes.
Yeah.
What's the next category,
right.
Hyper?
Oh,
right.
The versus Void.
Forgot about last time.
Yeah, last time Doom versus M Bison. We're so sorry, Mini Rumble. I'm so sorry.
I was in that one.
Completely missed it. Yeah.
I am
so sorry about that.
I am credited as Pain, which is accurate.
Yeah. This was really cool. I liked it. It was really rad.
I want to call attention to the camera work. That shit was wild. And the sequence where they're flying around with the loved that.
Yeah. The two people worked on we know Alpha you might Alpha and Armon, yeah. The goats. I really liked what they did here.
Yeah, it's really good.
Yeah.
And then speaking of Rumble, their version of Omni-Man vs. Bardock released, and
after a lot of delays.
And good news, Bardock fans.
Gumball, now you're gonna have to hold yourself back a little bit. Relax.
No, I have to do it. I have to talk about how they both lose to Flomp.
Yeah, it's okay.
Neither of them would have survived the eclipse. I'm just saying.
That is true. That is objectively true. But yeah, it has some really cool action shots in it. God, that ending is a thing.
I like Bardock said Uranus. I think it's funny that he knows that that place exists because he's a brilliant scientist.
But like,
I'm very happy.
I like the shot of like when they're like flying through the air, like past the camera and all that. Like that's really cool. There's some really cool just action shit going on in the fight.
I wish Nolan landed more than 3 hits or something. It really did not feel like Nolan.
I want to say that the series in general
much.
has an issue with ending fights. Like Riot and Mini Rumble, I think that's where they need to improve as a series. Because I'm realizing that a lot of the time, like a lot of the fights I can recall, they kind of just either end, or it's like Bardock Omni-Man, where Bardock goes Super Saiyan, and then the last like 30 seconds is just Omni-Man flailing mindlessly and dying.
Or then you get ones like Natsu versus Luffy, where it really just doesn't end in general.
And then you have Zero Cloud,
Wait.
was it?
Yeah. Speaking of Sephiroth,
one with
the Sephiroth versus Hakumen was literally just Sephiroth getting fodderized. And then Pit versus Marth.
I think so that is where I think as a series they need to improve, is having better endings, more satisfying, proper build up to the ending, and like, yeah.
As long as they can that is the main issue I think that is worthy of critique. I do like the hosts getting better over time. I know a lot of people have been critical of that, probably too critical, but I don't hate them. They're enjoyable enough. I like them. And I'm glad they're able to keep pushing that.
I can't really comment. I don't know what people think about my hosts, so like, I don't know how much I can comment on hosts.
Why does she gasp so much, though?
It's a good question.
That's my only comment on the host. She was fine. She was fine. She gasps a lot in this.
That is true, yeah. Is that all?
Stupid comment, Void? But comment nonetheless.
Versus Void over?
Huh?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. Next one. Music moment.
Music moment. I just banged through all the tracks before we started recording this, because we had to wait on Red, and I just decided to listen to them all. And by that I mean I listened to one, and then Red showed up, and then the rest was just us procrastinating.
Hyper was doing something. I don't know what he was doing, but
I was listening to music tracks. So we start with Garden of Mad World vocal version. Jack Kamen versus Travis Touchdown. I like this track. I thought it was good.
It is very nice.
God,
a personal shout out to the track art for that one.
See, you just listened to all of them, so you'll be able to comment on them.
So after that, we have Adventures. Oh, hold on, I'll let Hyper talk.
I just want to shout out the track art for Jack Travis, because that's by Rods, and I know who that is, and I'm happy they got one there.
You know who pretty much all of the track artists are.
Yeah, you clown. Alright, we have Adventures Dawn, vocal version, Marceline versus Cinder. Not one that I knew would get a vocal version, or it is one that I did know and I just forgot. It's alright. I don't know, maybe I was just distracted on that one. I didn't get much from it, but it's not bad. Yeah. Can I get a second fucking thing? Thank you.
I don't know.
Okay. We have Driver the Beast, Gohan versus Netgear, whoever the bloody hell that is.
Oh, come on. They get so many commissions at this point.
Netgear specifically, or Hyperdimension Neptunia?
Neptunia.
Yeah, this one's really good, actually. I like this one a lot. I think it's kind of saved by, like, the ending really brought it around for me. But yeah, I was fond of this one. I thought it was quite good. We have Eve of Evil, and we also have Unlimited Percent, Deku versus Shiro. Yeah. Deku versus Shiro.
They just be throwing Deku. They just be throwing Deku at anyone, man.
Look, I understand Deku versus Shiro. The matchup's supposed to be Shiro from the Ilya series, being as he is one of the 2 characters from the Ilya series that doesn't deserve to be horrifically maimed. But also no one wants to acknowledge the Ilya series, so like I completely respect the choice not to. But yeah, like it's a whatever matchup to me. I'm on the Shiro versus Ryuki train, and Deku versus.
And there's also like.
I'm not really.
Not
dying.
us though.
I'm not really dying for the Deku run back.
Asta definitely needs it more.
Yeah, Asta needs it more. We have Apple of Eden, Cat versus Shiki Granbell. I think this.
I
is this?
I have listened to this one religiously.
Okay, good. I like
this is my favorite for both.
What was your question?
I was gonna ask.
I can answer.
I was gonna ask if this song is why you brought the matchup up.
Yes. Cool. This is starting to creep into my top 20 matchups of all time. I just need to get to know Gravity Rush a little better. I was thinking about like,
that's right.
If the matchup were to happen, I told you this already. Camera work would be like the biggest hurdle because of all the gravity manipulation stuff. But if someone were to do like god tier camera work, and even if it was like a middle of the road quality sprite fight,
you guys should hire
camera work was top
notch.
notch.
You should hire Project Alpha to help.
Yeah.
He's fucking amazing.
Dude has been working really hard on camera work and stuff. I've seen.
He does really good work. It's just such a funny random shout out.
You should hire Project Alpha now, and that. I don't know where to go with this. Alright, the next one is Aeon of Darkness, Mephiles the Dark versus Galactonite. There is no square bracket around Sonic versus Kirby in the title. Fix that, please.
There is no square going down to crush the Sonic character. Fix that as well.
It is
also. Oh yeah. By the way, I did the art for both of these. Yeah, both of those ones. Yeah.
I love how the art for Shiki versus Cat was supposed to be a lot more basic, but it was like I see Gravity Rush, so I'm gonna put all of my.
I'm not like that big on the matchup necessarily, but
Red was like he saw Gravity Rush and he saw what the commissioner wanted, and he said the only thing basic here is you.
No, there weren't any notes for what I had to draw. It's just it was a blank. It was a blank check of $30. I was like, I'm just gonna draw what I feel like.
Yeah, and I had to give him pointers because he didn't know Eden Zero.
Wow. I didn't even draw any of the things that you told me to. Is the funniest part.
I also religiously ignore Gumball, so like I relate to that.
One of these days, this bit's gonna get old.
Anyway, Aeon of Darkness.
Aeon of Darkness. I also drew a lot of Morphonite stuff, even though that's technically not what the track is. But like, come on.
Where's Solaris?
I mean, Iblis is kind of there in the form of the swirling flames. Then again,
like,
you know, what's the difference?
Solaris. Well, the difference is that Solaris is Iblis plus Mephiles.
Yeah, Iblis plus Mephiles, and I mean, I didn't technically draw Morphonite stuff. I drew the butterfly. You get what I mean.
Fucking butterflies. Alright, and then there's I Am
The
This
butterfly.
Machine, vocal version of Omega versus Blade Wolf. That has to be a contender for one of the least fair matchups that there's been any commission for. Like, it's not the most unfair.
Nah, Blade Wolf.
It's
Blade Wolf,
the
I'm
most
sorry,
unfair,
bro.
but,
You're
like,
not making that out of this.
Holy shit, that's one-sided as hell.
You're not making it out of this,
think the
Blade
track
Wolf.
art being Omega's bare hand catching the fucking chainsaw, that expresses the matchup on its own. Just bare hand catches it, and it's just like, yeah, is that it?
Dude, if you throw every single Metal Gear at once at Omega, he's gonna get slightly annoyed.
No, he won't even get annoyed. That he would love that.
Honestly,
do you not know Omega?
He might get annoyed that
bro.
they are not equipped enough. He might mostly just get annoyed that they didn't put enough weapons on them. It's like, that's just shit design. You had all that real estate to put guns, and you got one. Garbage. Trash.
You didn't let me finish. He'd be annoyed because it wouldn't last long enough, because that's like all of 5 seconds.
I'm imagining Omega as Gordon Ramsay bashing through the Metal Gears, criticizing all of them for their design problems.
But yeah, it's a surprisingly good vocal too. I wasn't expecting that much from this one.
It's not my kind of music, but I surprisingly enjoyed it. Yeah, I enjoyed it more than I thought. Am I just like the one person to like fumble what I'm saying, notice I'm fumbling, and then double down?
Definitely not the only person, but
I mean on purpose. I don't mean like
you're a Rick and Morty character.
And then there's the one Werewolf track. Dio versus Springtrap.
I just broke your entire world. I just broke your entire worldview.
I've never watched that show. It means nothing to me.
I could do this whatever I want. Just mean nothing to me. You mean nothing to me.
So I hate you.
I hate you.
It's a bit odd because like it started off and I was thinking, this is like atmospheric, like the title page of like the first 3 games, and then like the chanting comes in from the movie, and so okay.
Yeah.
Because to me, the one of my issues with the movie is that like the child chanting, it's trying way too hard to be creepy.
Also, this is just way too mellow for a JoJo track.
Yeah, it's
I just
not
don't
JoJo. It's
like that
very
vibe.
Much, it's a lot more FNAF than it is JoJo. I
need more big band, not gonna lie.
I think JoJo's music could combine really well with like the music from like Sister Location and onward, because they have a lot more energy in those. I think it can combine really well, and that's not what happens.
Or even Living Tombstone. It's not impossible to make it work with something like that.
Yeah. You know, you're right, but I don't think I would have liked that. It's like back when Bill Cord fan-made tracks would always use the melody of Living Tombstone Discord.
I love that from Red just now. He's just like, yeah, they could do that, but like it would suck. The way I always hated how much people relied on that song. I was like, Discord has a song if you really want a motif from him.
It's coming to my attention that you just might not like the Living Tombstone.
Oh no, I like Living Tombstone. I like the song. I like Discord the song. I just think I just don't think it is good to use that song to represent actual Discord.
Because famously, as we all know, Discord's side was definitely the best side of that matchup.
And that fans were really rational about him in any part of the discussion.
That is exactly why in the official Death Battle server they opened a second channel for it.
And they totally made a G1 blog for this.
Yeah, that's why the G1 blog was so good. That's why Hyper is such a big fan of the episode.
Yeah.
Okay, I mean that one is kind of true.
That's why he's meowing like a cat.
All right, I just had
Asterisk,
kind of.
yeah.
I just had a fucking thought. It's like, the stalemate is getting dull. How about a different game? Sure, I love checkers.
Yeah.
Do the edit.
No. I was thinking that too. I was thinking of editing that, but then Red showed up, so I just didn't say anything. I'm glad I'm not the only one. I'm glad I'm not the only one. Now the question is, do you put Bill Cord's audio over Bowser Eggman, or do you just put the thwomp in Bill Cord?
Put the thwomp in Bill Cord.
I was picturing the thwomp in Bill Cord.
Alright, so Ben versus Hal, Bill Cord and Eggman versus Bowser. As long as you crush something in a comedic way, I guess you'll become iconic.
Funnily enough,
that's the failsafe.
2 of those are indeed... Actually, I think all 3 of those are indeed among the most memed episodes.
To be fair, it's not like Bill Cord is memed for that, but...
No.
Yeah.
Honestly, you could argue Bill Cord isn't even memed for the episode itself as much as everyone around it.
It's actually kind of insane. I'm starting to see why the hydraulic press videos are so popular.
Yeah.
Can we just talk about the... Actually, no, that's such a waste of time, but also hydraulic presses are kind of OP. People need to acknowledge them more.
You have so much versus going on. Oh my god.
Oh my god,
No, I'm joking, but
listen, you need to go outside.
You know me. I researched all of Robot Boy and My Life as a Teenage Robot. So both of them almost fucking died to a hydraulic press when they are capable of launching stuff out of orbit casually.
You are going to die to a hydraulic press if you don't go out and read a book one of these days. Touch some grass.
No, I'm just
make physical contact with the natural world.
This is a fucking Bowser versus Eggman post-analysis, and spoiler alert, hydraulic presses are kinda busted.
Also, secret weapon? Hydraulic presses are kinda busted.
Alright. That was more disappointing than your Adam.
Alright, now what? Next, Hyper! Scene transition.
Alrighty. Yeah, G1 blog for Bowser Eggman.
That's not the name of the segment.
Mainly just... Yeah, paragraph pasta, woo, but, this is the longest G1 blog in history. Shocker, I know. It's longer than The Hobbit, and it's 1/8 of all of Homestuck.
But it won't stay that way for long.
Yeah. Main reason because, Jesus Christ, everyone who worked on it is, props to them for making this behemoth of a blog. I don't think even the people who made it read through all of it, I'm gonna be honest. Because, yeah. But yeah, no, insane props to everyone who made this. It's crazy. Also got the runner right, cool. But mainly for the updates for G1 in general, since there's been a lot of stuff in the works in the background. Organization Battle Royale, aka Akatsuki versus Espada versus Warlords, has been going well. The script is gonna be gigantic. It's already longer than...
The script is multiple chapters.
Because Big Speedy wants to go extremely hard on it.
This is the fight script in the blog. I want to clarify.
Yeah.
Maybe people who say versus debaters have no life might have a point.
Progress.
I do have a life. It's called AO3.
Yeah. Progress on Galactic Knight versus Virgil. That's still going on. That's still taking their time on that. Percy Jackson, Zagreus. Percy Jackson's all done. Zagreus still needs to be go through. Catwoman versus Black Cat is almost wrapping up right now. Research for it is nearly complete, and verdict's being written up for that one. And then upcoming blogs that they announced publicly now, or at least to the wider audience. That wasn't just exclusively Discord. Soldier vs. Sarge, and Samus vs. Firefly, and Miles Edgeworth versus Saul Goodman. That is the hypest one to me.
Dude, Miles is going to destroy that fucking guy.
I hope he does.
When are we going to get a prediction blog for the upcoming No Death Battle, Sharktopus vs. Indominus Rex, which would have been out this week if Bowser Eggman didn't drop?
Yeah, you can blame the best episode of the show happening for the best episode of Not Death Battle not happening.
I'm the one who got delayed. I'm not blaming it because I just wanted to do the review and all that. I wanted to focus my time on it.
And the last matchup, Jill Valentine versus Aya. That's hilarious. And yeah, that's all the updates for G1. Those are all going to be worked on and stuff.
Absolutely no comment on that one.
There's nothing to say. Nothing other than if you keep working hard and spam the same request for 10 years, it will come true.
Eventually someone is going to smack you up the head. Oh, that's not what you said, okay.
And then Jill's going to win.
Imagine!
Alright, is this another next?
It probably won't happen, but it would be hilarious if it did.
Oh, it'd be quite amusing.
All right, and then official ordeal. We got another TMNT Naruto update.
Yes, we got the first 6 pages now. It looks like the comics are going to start dropping officially very soon. Very, very excited for this. And it looks like, I think we already knew this, but this is focusing on the IDW version of the TMNT, which I really need to get into, because I hear that this is like one of the best versions of the characters.
Also, I know you guys were really disinterested in it, but for the sake of everyone there, hey, Ghostface is in Mortal Kombat. If you care.
It took Red Runner to acknowledge Mortal Kombat in this podcast, by the way.
That was like a genuine yawn that had nothing to do with that, but that was so perfectly timed.
Anyway, that's the end of that comment. Ghostface is in there.
Yeah. But the people behind Scream, I hear, are not so good people, so I do not particularly care. Is there anything else right now? Or can we just move on to matchups?
Thundercats X Powerpuff Girls.
Look, that's so random to me.
There's a new Godzilla collaboration, I believe, happening. Because we are in the fucking era of just Godzilla shit.
Is this the one where he's going up against Gatsby?
No, it's Super Monkey Ball, Banana Rumble.
Super Monkey Ball Godzilla scaling, that's a fucking sentence.
Wonder which Godzilla's going to be in it. I can tell you that they'll be scaling there. These Super Monkeys are on par with, it's probably Heisei, because that's like, it says Heisei or Monsterverse because it's either the popular one or the one that's popular in the West.
I cannot believe that Superman's going to have a worse track record against Godzilla than Super Monkey Ball.
I mean, when Godzilla's going around shooting kryptonite beams, I feel like you can kind of forgive Superman for not doing well against that. I feel like the kryptonite laser is the one thing you can probably forgive Superman taking an L to.
Yes, but any kind of laser should eviscerate the Super Monkey Ball, but it's not going to.
Yeah.
So I think now we are just on to matching matchups, right?
Yeah.
And you thought this would just be us talking about a matchup. No, we're just doing fan fiction. We're going back to Bowser.
So there's a lot of art and fan fiction of Sage prior to this aftermath. So we're gonna talk about
prior to this aftermath.
You know what prior to the aftermath is? The fight.
Did I say? Wait, did I say prior? Oh my god! After the aftermath.
That's what aftermath is. Yes, in the aftermath.
No, that one at least makes sense because the aftermath meaning her sending in her application.
Yeah.
All right, so like a lot of people like to speculate, come up with what could happen after here, like what comes next, and we're gonna be talking about that.
It's like Tanjiro versus Jonathan again. Except more people are getting in on it.
Because more people care.
Tanjiro versus Jonathan is really funny because I like to think, oh, my dear wife, we're going to have to cancel that cruise. I need to help this young girl become human again. And Dio's just like, fuck. You made a reset, by the way.
You just get like a Family Guy cutaway of Dio like, what do you mean he just didn't get on the boat?
Where's my body? I need the body.
Why can't I? This is bullshit.
Meter reset.
But yeah.
Okay.
All of the whole Sage plotting to kill Bowser stuff.
All right, so first and foremost, I want to focus on Orbot and Cubot. Because Orbot looks so much happier now.
No, see, they were never loyal. I'm gonna be real. They're kind of scared of Eggman, and that's about it.
Cubot wasn't loyal, but it wasn't for a lack of trying. He's just he just don't got it in him. Orbot knows too much, and that's why he's not loyal. Like like I'll help you try to end the world, but also like Jesus, man.
Never forget how much of a prick Orbot was in Unleashed.
Wait, Orbot and Cubot were Unleashed?
Just Orbot. Just Orbot.
Oh, okay. Because I played the PS2 version. I'm not sure if he was in it.
He's in the cutscenes. And I think those are the same between all of them. Why don't you
play some fucking Sonic games before you speak? Jeez.
Anyway, to be fair, he does not sound like Orbot. This was before Colors, so he wasn't written as a comedy skit.
Yeah.
And he also had a slightly different design.
Clearly, Eggman reprogrammed him to be more efficient, and that just did not work out.
I could buy that.
But Eggman could have, like, deactivate Orbot Cubot at this point, but he keeps them around because like he wants someone to yell at, and this is the closest he has to prior to Sage. It's like just Eggman explaining how he's going to defeat Bowser, and Orbot's like, "That's a good plan, sir," except for like all of it.
Okay, I kind of want to talk about Sage a little bit because like this is like the most.
It's all anyone's talking about.
Yeah, I mean, I do think it's the most interesting one.
I mean,
yeah. In the analysis, they were talking about how Sage was like a daughter to Eggman, and like real quick, back to the fight.
He was the one who felt that relationship before Eggman, by the way. For anyone who doesn't keep up with Sonic,
I really like.
But like real quick,
you're gonna bring up the weight
when Eggman. All right, when Eggman saw the Death Egg, it turned into a giant question block. The way he just, no. The hesitance in his voice, like, he wasn't thinking about, oh, I'm fucked. He was thinking about, oh my god, is Sage okay? Oh my god.
Yeah, it's like the only moment he shows, like, an emotion that's not being Eggman.
Dude, it sounded like he was about to be on the verge of tears. Wait, yeah, I'm about to die.
It's great. It's great.
Priorities.
Right, he's not even scared of the death. Like, he's not even scared of dying, because all he does is fight back and try to get away, and, like stand his ground. Not really stand his ground, but, like, he puts up a fight. Like,
you could phrase it that way.
He doesn't seem...
He's scared of the fact that he just lost Sage.
Yeah, like, that's bothering him more than anything else right now.
Like,
I appreciate the character work that the episode does for him.
For both.
I also think that Eggman is just. I also like to think that Eggman just kind of has a countermeasure. Like, all right, so if I die, I probably got something for that. I can probably, but Sage, oh god.
Yeah, he really should have said, "Keep your hands off my daughter" or something like that. I think that would have been a great scene.
Yeah, that's how he would have won.
Yeah, that's only what would have happened if he won. Like, if they, unironically, it probably would have not gone this way, but it would have been so raw if the research said Eggman won, and in that moment, he just opens his jacket and has the real Phantom Ruby.
No, just gonna be like, wait, and then Lawn Doctor, and then the punch connects, and then nothing happens.
I
and
think
then
it would be a lot
like,
less pronounced. I think he wouldn't like make a big thing. He'd be more like he'd just say "How dare you" or something, like just really aggressively, like he's offended more than anything.
Yeah.
No. What I'm imagining is just like Eggman's trying to escape for a little bit. So Lawn Doctor, he does the punch, it connects, nothing happens, and then Eggman just kind of looks up. His mustache turns yellow. What did you do to my daughter?
Then Bowser just pulls out the one.
Listen, you can make Eggman badass in that scene if you try.
Mm-hmm.
But he didn't. He just died.
Yeah.
Wait, why is that not? Oh.
Imagine he's like, "What did you do to my daughter?"
Yeah.
And then like Sage shows up behind him and like, "Nothing. I'm fine."
Oh, okay. And then he dies.
Yeah, no, she lives those. She lives those.
Oh, well, that's not so bad. And then just gets punched while he's not paying attention.
And then gets punched anyway.
I mean, Bowser would just punch
it's like
him
that
anyway.
one more.
Like Bowser has no chill in that regard. He would just hit him anyway.
No, just like right before he kills Eggman. Is my daughter okay? Probably. Oh, that's nice to know.
No, is my daughter okay?
Mm-hmm.
No, you know that one fucking gif of Peely in some guy's house and it turns over as soon as the door opens? Imagine if Eggman like Hyper probably knows it. But
I like that reaction.
Imagine that gif. Imagine that gif to like Eggman seeing the death egg turn into a block. Oh.
I know that sound effect.
Okay, sorry. You saying it in that intonation. I cannot unsee the Makima meme. And you definitely know that one. Huh?
Alright, we can talk about Sage now. So, like, I love the mental image of Bowser trying to be, like, a good adoptive dad, but having no idea how to, like, accommodate. Like, your whole thing's technology, right? My son has a Switch. Do you like this Switch? I hear it's underpowered compared to the other consoles. I'm not sure if you want something like an Xbox, PlayStation. We have competitors, so I'm not really trying to get those. You killed my father. We're doing the Switch Pro.
we got the Dreamcast. Is that better?
He just completely ignores her.
It's okay. He's a fat guy with a mustache and red. He's probably got like a green mushroom or something. He'll live.
You ever think Bowser just has the assumption that everyone that he kills just has one-ups somewhere?
That would be really funny.
Yeah, why are you so upset? Yeah, I killed your dad, but there's someone up around. Don't worry.
People die all the time, and they always come back. Everyone here's a doctor, you know. That's how we got fought back the metal virus. Everyone here is a doctor.
Just use this 1-up. There's nothing left of his body. It still work. Like,
unironically, how do 1-ups work? I forget who said it. Was it Ultra who said it? That Bowser used 1-ups on his entire army. How?
He's a doctor.
He hits the block. He's just like, hey, Kamek, can you just make like 100 million blocks with 1-ups in them? I'm just gonna uppercut all of them real quick.
Oh wait,
but no, I was actually talking about what you just said earlier. How does he actually use them on the people?
Right,
when their bodies are just not there.
Well, they're ghosts.
Yeah, like blues are everywhere, so like ghosts do exist.
True.
Yeah.
All right. I'm sorry to call back to the fight itself, but everyone calling Infinite a fraud. All Metal did was flick off King Boo's crown. And he was like, "I'm struggling. Let's stop."
I think it's so fitting.
King Boo just left.
The only member on Bowser's side who's not actually a member of the Koopa Troop. So he is the only one who's not actually that loyal.
Yeah, I kind of have that impression of him, but everyone told me he's part of Bowser's army.
Yeah, but like, consider he's also a prick.
And they definitely portrayed that in the fight. Literally just looks at everyone struggling to survive Infinite. You have matched.
Literally, Bowser, the happiest day of Bowser's life, and King Boo's bored out of his goddamn mind sitting there.
Yeah.
No, the funniest part about that is the freaking someone pointed out in the comments, but like how King Boo specifically used Thwomp because Infinite increased the gravity, so then the Thwomp would be way more effective.
Yeah.
And also how that Thwomp thing is entirely different versus animation that had him die to a Thwomp. So like, just imagine the domino effect that guy must feel from making that like old sprite animation of Infinite to a Thwomp leading to this.
All right, I'm thinking to myself like.
And I'm also pretty sure, that the Fury Bowser punching the Death Egg robot was probably a reference to Origin's brief animation that he made.
Yeah, but it's also like one of the most obligatory animation things of the Yugatas. It's the big kaiju punch.
Yeah,
so
animation things.
It's more so obligatory than anything
guess
else.
what? It wasn't in the storyboard.
Yeah, it was not the storyboard.
All right. Okay, good job, David.
Good job, Moro.
All right. Good job, Moro.
Both of them. They both do good jobs.
Yeah.
We have sung Moro's praises this entire thing. David can get this one accolade.
Yeah, right. I don't know if I mentioned this, but like those like alternate animations are still being made in a day. It's like how.
Especially
when you look at it, it makes a little bit more sense. I mean, it's not like they're the most intense animations, but
the Time Eater Dreamy Bowser one, like, I don't know, that one's kind of intense. Even if it looks
actually
cool.
For me, I think probably the hardest one to have animated would be the Metal Virus. Because you can't use very many pre-existing effects to get that idea across.
All right. Anyway, back to Sage. One of the biggest things that people were talking about would be like a relationship with Bowser Jr. of all people, because like the adopted kids. Well, not adopted, but the children.
Neither of them are adopted.
Well, in this case, Sage would be adopted in the fanfiction world.
Well, Bowser Jr. is not adopted. He was fleshborn.
Yeah, he very much is not adopted.
And
although,
Sage is
who the heck knows who his mom is?
Bowser.
Bowser's his mom.
No, Bowser knows. To be fair,
I know.
When Bowser Jr. calls Peach his mother, Peach's reaction is just, "Huh, I'm your mom," and then that makes me think, hold on, Peach.
She was not nearly as shocked as she should have been, bro.
Why are you talking as if that's not impossible? You want to tell us something?
She's not nearly as shocked as she should be, bro.
I think that says less about Peach and more so what he assumes Bowser, does. And I wow, Peach, he's a bad guy, but he's not a monster. Jesus. Okay, but Sage and Bowser Jr. I've seen this dynamic of many ways. My personal favorite one is Bowser Jr. just not reading the room at all. My dad dies all the time. I've seen him fall into pieces and have the life leave his eyes.
You ever think about how traumatizing that is?
It would be traumatizing if it wasn't in a world where one-up mushrooms can be found in between the cushions of your couch.
I've seen my dad's flesh disintegrate in the lava.
See, what no one's bringing up is the potential of, Bowser is like, I got a big surprise for you, Sage. Opens the door, and you just hear, "Hello, Sage, I'm Dry Eggman."
Oh, God.
It is Sage just screaming.
And then it's Bowser Jr. taking the little paint off. Oh, it didn't work? I thought she would have been happy.
Okay. Okay, you made it significantly worse than the original idea.
You made
but
that
also
so much
funnier.
But when you say Dry Eggman, I'm just thinking of the fucking starved creepypasta appearance he has. What's wrong? Do you not want to hug your father?
Anyway, we've talked a good bit about fanfiction stuff, I think.
I think we can call it here. Just
some of you seem like you're getting tired.
Yeah, I had a really busy day earlier.
All right.
I heard a really busy day, and I was really confused for a second.
Busy day.
I was thinking, damn, Hyper.
No. What?
Hyper went to the car dealership to be dealing?
Alright, well, we'll end it here. 2 hours of video, of which a feature length of it is just us talking about Bowser Eggman.
Oh my.
Because it's so awesome.
Alright, so TLDR should have been Griffith.
Yep.
True.
Alright, goodbye, everyone.
Anyways, I'm going to say bye.
Fuck. Beat a reset.
Be Hope King.
Fucking damn it.